Okay, so yesterday's video, or I guess Tuesday's video, I sort of left the end of the video very mysterious. Here's what happened. Do I just push through and keep filming, or do I tell the fucking truth? When I'm filming and something goes wrong or something happens that I would never even like think of posting or showing, I always feel like I'm in this weird place where I want to be honest with you and I want to share the good and the bad, but at the same time I'm like, does anyone care about this like weird medical problem I have, or is it just like totally boring? So I felt like it was the right thing to do to post about it and to share with you something that I struggle with on a weekly basis, sometimes more. So let's talk about what happened. I have a medical condition where my stomach and all the organs around it will swell up. Like my stomach right now, I'll show you, it's like pretty normal. When I'm in these situations, it will get like literally this big. So it feels like there's a burning inside of me and something is pushing and trying to get out. Like I literally look like I'm 8 months pregnant, and the pain, oh, I can't even tell you. It's excruciating. There's no other word that can describe how I feel when I'm having one of these stomach episodes, I guess let's call it. Oh, there's a weird light on my face. Where's that coming from? How do I stop that? Is that better? Okay, weird lights off my face. So this is an issue that I've dealt with pretty much my entire life, and the nature of it has changed over time. Like it used to be different when I was younger than it is now. I'm just gonna talk about what I'm experiencing now because it's gonna take forever if I give you my full medical history, and honestly probably nobody wants to hear that. So what happens now is when I feel I'm in a state of extreme stress or anxiety, I will have this stomach thing happen. It also happens when I eat foods that I'm allergic to, either by accident or because I'm stubborn and don't believe in allergies, but I should because I keep eating the things that make my body hurt. I don't know why I insist on pushing it, but I do. It's just like excruciating pain. In addition to, this is really gross, like sometimes if it's really bad, I'll be throwing up like uncontrollably, I'll be blacking out. Like it's actually really severe and pretty scary. So there was a point in my life, like, when was it, 2 years ago? 2 years ago? Yeah. So I was in a really stressful place in my job. I was also in a very, very shitty long distance relationship that caused a lot of stress on me. It was just too much all at once. So it was happening like multiple times a week, and eventually the stomach aches or attacks, whatever, that were happening, they got so severe that I ended up going to the hospital a few times. There was a gastroenterologist there. He took an interest in my case because he'd never seen anything like it before. So I ended up having a bunch of appointments with this guy. After I was hospitalized a few times, I was in so much pain, I was afraid for my life. Like that's at the level it was at. It was actually very, very scary. So when I started seeing this guy, basically what he did was he had I think it's called an MRI, where you have like, you go in that like tube and you like lay there, and it's really scary because it's like super close to your face, but you do a full body scan and they sort of like can see what's going on in all your innards. And basically what happens is my stomach and all surrounding organs just swell, all of them. Also these weird lights, driving me nuts, guys. I'm just gonna like keep rotating the camera. Is this working? Okay, we've rotated again. So once I met with the gastroenterologist, we did a bunch more tests. So we did like biopsies and we like stuck a camera down my throat. That was the worst fucking thing I've done in my entire life. Let's be clear. My coworker was like, I don't know why he told me this, but he was like, oh yeah, I had like a camera in my stomach and all they do is like do. It's like a little microscopic camera. They put it down your throat and like, it's so easy. I was up and out of there, no problem. That was a dirty lie. I'm telling you, the tube they put down my throat to like take these biopsies or like little like samples or pinches from the inside of your gut, this thick, this thick. And when I got to the hospital to have this done, the lady there, she's like, okay, now we're just gonna give you your anesthetic so you don't freak the fuck out when they're doing this because it's horrific and the tube is this thick. Yeah, no shit, you would want anesthetic, but I was thinking microscopic camera. Like, I was thinking the tube would be like, I thought it was gonna be like that. It was not. So I'm all like, oh yeah, I don't need anesthetic. No anesthetic for me, I got this. So anyways, I'm not gonna go into the nitty-gritty details of that because that is just horrific and you will probably all unsubscribe. After we did that, he couldn't find anything wrong. So even though I had done all these tests and gone through all this torture with this gastroenterologist, we just couldn't find a solution and he wasn't able to diagnose me with anything or find a cure for me. I decided that I was gonna go a different route, a less traditional medicine route, and do a more like holistic approach. So I went to this guy who was called a, shit, what was his title? It was an intuitionist? He was like a guy who like senses what you need and does acupuncture and stuff. Someone again at work recommended this guy and I went to him, and first off, really expensive, just putting that out there. Basically what he did is he like sensed, like, ooh, I sense what I could and couldn't eat and gave me a long list of things that I wasn't supposed to eat at all for 6 months. To his credit, when I was doing that, I actually had significantly reduced incidences of these stomach pains, but he promised me that once I stopped the diet, I would be cured. I was like diligent about it for 6 months and I wasn't cured after. Basically, the moral of the story, what I'm trying to get at here is what happened in my last video is I was having this really weird stomach slash gut slash all my internal organ swelling thing go down. This video isn't supposed to be me sitting here being like, like my life sucks. It doesn't. I just have this mysterious medical condition that so far is unsolved and uncured, and I am living with it, dealing with it, and doing my best to keep things at bay. Feel free to leave a comment if you also experience anything like this, or I don't know, tell me a little something about yourself. Thanks for watching, and actually, the next time I see you, I'm gonna be in Guatemala, so that's pretty exciting. We're going there for a wedding, and we're leaving actually tomorrow morning, pretty early in the morning, so see you next time.